All right, good morning, YouTube, and we are back. And today it's shoulders, and I am starting with my compound lift, seated shoulder press. Might be working up to 275 top set, and I do want to see if I am capable of doing 2 reps per set. Let's see if I can do it. Last week, I think I did some volume work, like around 250 was the weight. But now let's try 275 each set, around 2 reps. Let's see how it feels. Let's see how it feels if I am burned out from the last 3 days. And hopefully I got enough sleep and I feel good. And usually I find that out while I'm warming up. If the weight moves really easy right before the top set, then I know it's going to be a good day. So let's see. We got to go in there and do the work. All right. And then after that, you know me. I do the accessory work, which I don't film, and then call it a day and end the week on a good note. All right. See you guys at the gym. All right. And now we are starting this workout with 95 pounds, warm up, get everything moving, feeling the joints are good, nothing hurts, there's no pain. Then we continue on adding more weight. This is the beginning of getting ready for my top set, which is going to be 275 pounds. And let's see how well this moves. I am exhausted. After this is the third day where I literally did bench, then deadlifts, then squats. So body is beat up, but you know what? I still come in here, get it done. So put the work in, right? And that weight looks comfortable and easy, moving well. Everything looks good. I do few reps at least, trying to get the body warm. At least start a little bit of build up a sweat. I don't want to feel cold when I'm working up to my top set. This is how usually you could get injured. You want your body temperature to be a little bit warm. And now we are putting on a plate, which is going to be 135 pounds. And let's see how good this weight moves. Oh, now I am putting on my elbow sleeves. You know, keep myself protected. Why not? Feels better. And 135 pounds. The only thing I put on now, because once I start to build up a sweat, my arms are sweaty. And then it's very hard to put these sleeves on. You know what I mean? Because if you're sweating, trying to put the sleeves on, it just feels like impossible. So it's good to put it on when you're still kind of dry. Once you work up a sweat, forget about it. And now we're gonna start to press 135. Let's see how well this moves. All right, now I'm just preparing to get ready. Obviously, you can tell where I put my hand placement on the bar. I always put it in the same position. Whether I'm doing shoulder press, incline bench, I always put it in the same placement, and I always use my ring finger, and it works well for me, and I'm able to press more effectively. That looks simple enough. And to be honest, while I'm doing the set, there are times where I do let the bar touch my chest. So yeah, you're gonna have to have good shoulder mobility to be able to go down that low and be safe, And I have tried, even when I get heavier, it goes down pretty low, but you know, even if it doesn't touch my chest, it's close to it. It's good enough. Now we're moving on, 185. Usually when I get up to two plates, and if two plates moves really easy, then I know it's gonna be a good day. And now we are getting ready. And 185 is on the bar already. And here, just doing some little exercises right here just to get things warmed up, get my shoulders nice and, prepped up, ready for the heavy weight. Get everything loose. And then we are going to press 185. I think I started wearing the wrist wraps when I got to two plates. Usually I don't even need to wear it for two plates. It's usually when I get heavier. The belt now is out, and you know what? It does help because if I were to do 275 for reps, right? I do know for a fact that weight is heavy, and if I continue to do it for reps, eventually I do feel like I'll pop something in my back because I'm not using a belt to protect myself, right? And yeah, when you start lifting heavier weights, better to put the belt on and just protect yourself. Why not? Why risk injury? Especially if you're not competing, it's just for yourself. Maximize safety. There's no use in, oh, I can do this without a belt. Who cares? It's about safety. It's not about what other people commenting about. All right. Let's see. 185 move. Come on. Let's go. And breathe in. Hold. Always make sure I breathe in. I'll hold. I will lift the bar. Right there, as you can see. Yep. Boom. And then I'll breathe out, breathe in again and hold, and then I'll press. Boom. Yeah. And within each rep, I'll breathe in, hold, and then I'll press again. That's a technique I always use, and I've always been using it, and I'm very consistent with that particular technique. I don't like changing my technique. If this technique that works for me, then I continue to use it. So that is something that everyone should be doing. If your technique is there's some kind of flaw in it and someone tries to correct it for the benefit so you can get better and stronger, then of course you can change it, but you have to maintain that particular technique throughout the whole workout. Like for me, if I change something now and I'm working up to two plates now, it's gonna mess with my head. I'm like, damn, I don't know if I'm ready to hit the top set now with this minor change in my technique, which you don't want. That's how injuries happen. That's how a mislift can happen. And then you're just going to end up having a bad day. And yeah, now two plates is on, 225 pounds. We got the wrist wraps on. And this time, I don't recall if I actually wore the belt for this. I probably did. But if I didn't, then it's fine as well. Oh yeah, so I did wear it. Keep myself protected. And it does help because the belt really keeps your core in place. Because usually what I've noticed is when I'm lifting heavier weights, close to my max, which is my PR, I notice sometimes, your core shifts from side to side. And that can really mess up your lift, right? So now, boom, boom, boom. Stay grounded. All right. Trying to make sure my foot placement is where I want it to be. Retract your shoulders. Breathe in and then press. Easy. Breathe in, hold, press. Breathe in, hold, press, and breathe out. That's usually how I do it. That looks simple enough. All right. Now it would probably take maybe 5 to 8 minutes rest time. And we are about to, I think, add a 10-pound plate on each side, which would bring it up to 245 pounds. That will be the last set before my top set. I don't want to jump straight to 275. I want to, warm up the body one more time, get the nervous system going. You want to shock the nervous system a little bit, wake you up before I hit my top set. And then we will see how 245 moves. Gives us a great example of how easy, most likely, the weight moves or hard. And we get to see if 275 will be easy to press today. 245 on the bar. Belt is on. Wrist wraps are on. Now getting into position. Let's go. Let's see it. Don't play around with the weight. Come on. Yep. Retract shoulder blades. Once I move the bar, right, in the position I want, then I would breathe in, hold, engage my lats, and then boom. That was simple. When I realized how fast that flew, I knew 275. It's going to be pretty good today. I've said this before. If I can do 275, maybe 5-6 reps, I know for a fact I have 315. I can press 315 for sure. But, first I have to accomplish that. And that takes time. And you got to be patient as well. You can't get strong overnight. And I definitely never got strong overnight. This has taken me a few years. And being consistent. This is just for me, my own personal gain. I just love to know that I have gotten this strong without a coach, without anybody guiding me, just basically me coming into the gym, realizing what my potential is, my numbers, and I work around it, see what I can do, kind of feel out the weight and see how much stronger I can get. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Coming in here just having fun, how much stronger I can get, before, you reach a certain age where you can't do this anymore, where, you take so much risk. Now we got top set number 1, 275 pounds. We are going to see how many reps I can do. And hopefully I can surprise myself. And yeah, at the time, I probably rested 10 minutes before I started doing this set. I want to make sure I'm well rested from the last set. Don't feel like I'm out of breath or feel like my body is just torn up from the last set. Just you want to recover and be able to maximize this set in terms of reps. Now we got the belt on, got the wrist wraps on, and this time here, obviously I did put the chalk on because don't want to have any problems with my grip. All right, let's see how many reps I did. Well, I already know, but you guys don't. We're going to find out together right now. Breathe in, hold, and press the weight up, place it into position. And now we got 1. Nice. We got 2. Let's go. Number 3. Not bad. 3 reps. I'll take that. Felt like I had another one, but you know what? Kind of reserve it. We got one more set to go with this weight. So probably took a 15-minute break. And now we are going to end up doing top set number 2, 275. And, I would think after that I would have 1 or 2 reps in me for this weight. Usually that is what I'm thinking. But you never know. Sometimes you'll surprise yourself. You just take it. You just go with the flow. That's all I can say. You just go in there, hope for the best. Not that if I did 1 or 2 reps isn't a win. It's still a win, but of course, do I want more? Who doesn't want more? Right? Let's go. Get into position. If you guys wondering why there's plates on the floor, yeah, it's still so that the bench doesn't move around, and keeps me in place. All right, let's see it. Let's go. Breathe in, hold, press. Nice. Well, that looks super easy. Oh, number 2. Damn, I am going for a 3rd one. Let's see it. All right, nice. 3 reps for the 2nd set. I'm happy with that. I'll take it. All right, very good. Now we're just gonna clean this up and go do some accessory work and then call it a day. All right. All right, and that is a wrap. Workout is done. Pretty good. I did work up to 275 for the seated shoulder press. I did 2 sets of that. Each set 3 reps, which is, to me, is another PR. I've never been able to do that 3 reps for each set. So that's a win for today. And then, of course, I went off and did some accessory work. And yeah, the work continues. And I'm excited to see the progress. And yeah, I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my day. And that is the last session for the week. Next 3 days, I will be resting. I need my body to kind of recover. And then we'll hit the weights again next week. And yeah, in the meantime, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, share if you would. I'll appreciate it. And I guess I'll see you guys next week. Have a good day. Take care.